Hello all.
Hello, everyone. Hi.
I'm sharing my screen, everyone. Let me know if you're able to see my screen.
Yes.
Okay. So we were in integration of FI with MM. So we were doing MM steps. We got stuck somewhere. Okay. I will answer this question. Give me some time. Default value. So that means I think we were stuck in the invoice while doing planned and unplanned delivery cost. Okay, fine. So I will be discussing from purchase order onwards again. Okay. So we did this. We have defined the tax codes. Okay, and we have done the tax postings as well. Okay. Now, after this, we are creating the purchase order. So purchase order, where do we create? In ME21N, okay? So let us see from the beginning of purchase order. So ME21N is a purchase order. Okay, transaction for purchase order. I give some vendor. Okay, on this vendor, I'm doing the purchase order. So I will be giving some date as well. And I give the header details. What header details we will have to give? The organization data. So give the purchasing organization, purchasing group and company code, and give the items in the multiples of 10. I'm giving both the items raw material standard and raw material moving average. And I enter some delivery date and price. So this price has to be given, which is there in the master data. So let us see, because we have already entered few other purchase orders on this invoice also we entered. So the price will be varying for moving average. Okay. So now what I'll do is, once I enter the purchase order like this, I would also want to have the planned cost, planned delivery cost. Okay, so let us see both planned and unplanned delivery cost. Okay, so for planned delivery cost, what I need to do is go to the line items. Okay, so this is the line item of the standard, raw material standard. In this, go to conditions. Okay, so in the conditions, select FRA2, which is freight percentile. Okay, freight will be calculated. And how much I'm taking, you can take how much ever amount that you want. I'm taking in amount. Okay, so 5% system is taking, and I'm taking discount also. If you want, you can take discount. Okay, so see, whichever way you want to calculate whether the discount has to be included in the prices or it has to be a different line item, that is your wish. Okay, let me just delete this discount item, otherwise it will be unnecessarily confusing. Okay, so I'm taking the conditions of the raw material standard. Here you can see the standard. Okay, so gross price is 100 and I'm taking freight as 5 and no other. Okay, no other cash discounts or any other discount. So I'm taking like this for standard. And here click on freight. Freight, I want to invoice on a different partner, different partner. So I'm taking a partner, okay, just for transportation. So this price I'm paying only to this vendor, not to the main vendor. This is the main vendor from whom I'm buying the material. And this person, the other vendor is the transporter. Now let us select the other line item for moving average. So now, you have gone to moving average. Now, if you want, you can, give the freight percentile, because we have given freight percentile last week. The same thing is coming here. Okay. So I'm giving what conditions I'm giving, the price and the freight I'm giving. Again, click on freight and go to this button to see if the freight transporter is been updated here, the vendor is been updated here or not. So it is been updated, fine. So now what I'm doing, planned delivery cost, which are coming right from the beginning of the purchase order, have been entered. Now I save the transaction. Now the purchase order has been created. Okay. Now purchase order has been created with what number? 22569. Fine. So now you will have to enter Migo. In Migo, the freight component is not coming. Okay. That means actually we are not invoicing on the transporter. Okay. Here we are not invoicing. Okay. So what am I doing? I am giving the purchase order number. I say enter 69, right? Okay, the line items are getting defaulted. You can see the movement type here. I give the dates. Okay. And here, a standard is blue in color because it has been selected. Now I update the amount. I update the quantity here. Okay. And this OK checkbox is not activated. So I go to OK checkbox and then I say enter. And now I go to moving average. I double click on moving average. Now this has been activated. It is coming in blue color. Now the same here. I'm doing item OK. This has been activated and I say save. When I say save, what is happening? The material document is getting generated, which is updated in the transaction code. This is goods receipt. Material document is updated. It is getting created, and you can see from the transaction code MB03. Okay. So now what we are doing, the same material document ending with 1452. If you go to MB03 and see, the latest material document number will be shown here. You can go to accounting documents in order to see this. So incoming freight, okay, because we have given the percentile, right? 5 percentile for standard and 4 percentile for moving average we give. So here in moving average, the price becomes 10,000 only. It is always standard. It is always constant, because for moving average in the material master, how much amount we give? 100 we give. Okay. 100 into quantity 100, which is equal to 10,000. So this price for standard material will never change. Now, definitely GRIR clearing will be credited, and the differential amount is going to the PRD account. The differential amount will go to the PRD account. And incoming freight is what? We will have to, create this as an outstanding 221 against invoice number 207005. Okay, so if you go to FBL 3N, not exactly invoice, okay, it is an open line item. Note what is the number? 221. Okay, 221. We have created this GL account last week, and oh my god, how many I have created? What is the document number? 207005. Yeah, here it is, 207005. 2 line items. One is for standard, another one is for moving average. 500 is for standard, 400 is for moving average. So open line items will be generated. Why open line items? I will tell you. Because the vendor is not yet invoiced. See where the vendor is coming, where the transporter vendor is coming here, nowhere he is coming. That's the reason why this is created as an open item. Okay. Now, so the differential amount for the standard material will go to PRD account only. Now, the first 4 line items are for the standard. And now let us see the next 3 line items. Raw material moving average. System took this amount. Why system took this amount? Because any differential amount in moving average will go into the asset account. Which asset? The inventory asset account only. So the differential amount is 400. So that 400 is going into the asset account only. So GRIR clearing is this much and incoming freight is 400, which becomes an open line item. Open item. Okay. So these open items are created from MIGO transaction. Not only this, even the GRIR clearing also 220. This GL account also, if you see, 220, which is GRIR clearing. This also will be crazy. GRIR clearing. What is the purchase order number? 69. Here you can see the purchase order number 69 ending with. It is updated in the assignment. That's the reason why in the sort key field of GRIR clearing account, we are giving the purchase order number. Okay, so if you go to FS00, because any sort key will be updated where it is updated in the assignment. So if you go to control data, sort key, purchase order number for GRIR clearing. So if you see the line item in the assignment field, you can see the purchase order number. And what are these 10 and 20? Those are the line items in the purchase order. First line item, second line item. First line item was number 10, standard. Second line item, number 20, which is moving average. Okay. So, these are the amounts which got, open. And not only this, even the incoming freight also got open for the respective MIGO. Okay. Now what is left? Now we are left with MIRO, which is the invoice. MIRO is invoice receipt. You can say IR or invoice. So now what am I doing? I close transaction and now I go to Miro. So this Miro is based on the purchase order. Okay. So make sure here under transaction you have invoice and invoice date, some date you are giving. You can give the reference as the purchase order number. Anyways, you are giving in here also the same purchase order number. And you say enter. When you say enter, make sure you are selecting goods, service items plus planned delivery cost and say enter. Okay, when you say enter with goods, service items, that means goods, that means the raw material and also planned delivery. In those cases, all the line items will be coming. I am buying goods from one vendor and freight is some other vendor. Okay, so in that case, what is happening? We will have to invoice freight to some other vendor, not in the same invoice. Okay, so for invoicing again, whether you would want to invoice onto the line items in the invoice, that means on the inventory, or whether you would want to invoice on a person, the vendor, whether you would want to invoice on the vendor or on the line items of the invoice. For that, you will have to do some config, which I missed last week. Okay. So the mistake was due to, this config only. You will have to go here. The step which I did not do last week, I'm showing you. Click incoming invoice. This is completely step. Please remember. Under incoming invoice against logistics invoice verification, double click here. So when you double click, system is displaying incoming invoice. Click like this. Now here you have no. Okay, fine, not a problem. Okay, so this is about planned delivery cost. Okay, the invoice, whatever we are seeing here, which is coming right from the beginning of purchase order. This is planned delivery cost, which I would want to apply on are the goods inventory. I would want to apply it on the main vendor. Okay, so in this case, now one more expense have also come up. What is that expense? In the details you can enter unplanned delivery cost. One more expense has also come up unexpectedly. Okay, now how much is this unplanned delivery? Now you will have to make sure whether this unplanned delivery cost on whom you are billing, on the main vendor or on the transporter, that you will have to know. Okay, so this unplanned delivery is coming, suppose, from transporter. Okay, fine. Okay, so invoicing party, anyways transporter is only there. Okay, fine. Now I go back to basic data. Now, just now I told you, transporter is a different vendor and my main vendor from whom I am buying inventory is a different vendor. Two other vendors in the same invoice, it is incorrect, right? Okay, now what I have to do is select goods first and say enter. Freight is not coming because freight is on a different vendor, right? Now what am I doing? How much is the amount? 20,000 is the amount. Enter the amount 20,000. Now green color is coming. Now, suppose what if unplanned delivery costs are there on this vendor? Let us take unplanned delivery along with the planned delivery. Okay, fine. So now what am I doing? Now I say save. Document so and so is generated. If you just display and go to follow on, trans is getting updated. 4. Just give me a moment. Trans shouldn't be coming. That means the transporter shouldn't be coming. Just give me a moment. If we are clubbing all this, so what I'll do is, now I'll go to org data. I'll take 50 quantity, 50 quantity. Oh, my voice is breaking for everyone.
Yeah, sometimes it's breaking.
Yeah, Lavanya, it's breaking sometimes.
Is it?
We are able to see the display that your internet connection is unstable.
Huh?
we are able to see some display that your internet connection is unstable.
Is it? Okay, but I'm sitting at the same place where I'm sitting every day. But is it okay now? Can you manage like this?
Now it is
If not,
okay that
I'll
we
go
will
to
see.
some other room. Hmm?
Is it
Now it
okay
is
now?
okay, but then we will see that if going further, if we are getting any disturbances
Yeah,
or
let me
any
know.
issue.
If still you're able to, getting the same problem, let me know. Okay, I'll try to shift to some other place. Okay, fine. So I'm giving all these details. I'm entering purchase order one more time. Now again the same. Okay, standard. I'm going to conditions. Okay, freight I'm giving the same percentile. Okay, and on freight, I'm mentioning the vendor as a different person. Now I'll go to the other line item, moving average and freight again. Okay, the other vendor. And now I say save. Okay, and then I go to Migo. I give the correct purchase order number here. I give the plant, execute. Okay, all the details are coming from the purchase order. I give the dates here. And these we need to fill up and make okay. Item okay. And if you go to MB03, accounting documents, the same kind of accounting document what we saw just now, but we took half of the quantity, right? So these amounts. And now we shall go to Miro. So in Miro means invoice, okay? Now here we give the invoice date, purchase order number, invoice date. Here we give the purchase order number one more time. Say enter. Okay, so I've selected only goods and services for now. Okay, I'm not selecting delivery. See, in
Lavanya,
this,
still we are having
in this, you
problem.
can see all the three options. Only goods, only delivery, goods along with delivery. But delivery vendor is different from goods vendor. So I cannot club. Okay. So in this case, what am I doing? The total amount becomes 10,000. Once I give to 10,000, make sure in the details, your invoicing party is the same vendor as you gave in the purchase order. What was the vendor in the purchase
Lavanya,
order?
Lavanya, still
Let
we
me
having a
just
problem.
see.
Still we having a same problem.
Okay, I'm shifting. I'm shifting. Just give me a moment. Okay, I'm shifting to some other room. Just give me 1 minute.
No worries, no worries.
Now it's fine, everyone.
Yeah,
Yes,
now,
everyone.
now
Is
it
it
is audible
any?
properly.
Ah,
Yeah, now it is okay.
it's okay. Okay,
Yeah.
fine. All right. So here, what is that we are doing? Because the invoicing parties are different. What am I taking? I am taking only goods and services. Okay, if goods and services as well as the delivery both have to be invoiced on the same vendor, then we will have to click this option, the third option. But I'm selecting only first option. Let me invoice only to the vendor from whom I'm buying the material. So go to details button and give the invoicing party as the same vendor.
Lavanya, just a minute. I just want to give you some details. Hello, can you hear me, Lavanya?
Yes, I can.
Normal scenario, assume that see this is the one of the scenario you are taking, that one is that invoice directly from the supplier or a vendor, and another that there is some kind of a freight which are applicable, and that is from a different supplier, correct?
Yes.
In such scenario, that our invoice number will be definitely it will be a different
That
invoice.
is what I'm telling.
Yeah. So
The
then
invoice which we raised on the the invoice which will be sent to us from the from where we are buying the material will be different from
there
that
would
of
be
the transporter.
Yeah, there would be two different invoices. Then, as per my understanding, maybe we
Yes,
have to
two
register it
different
separately.
invoices
Yeah, we have to register it separately.
separately.
Yeah, correct.
That is what I'm doing. Last week, what we did is we raised the same, invoice. Okay. So I'm going to purchase order in order to see on which vendor I raise the purchase order. Okay. This is the vendor from whom I am buying this material. Okay. Vendor one. So in the invoice, give the same vendor in the details button. In the details button, in the invoice, give the same vendor. As you see here, you can see this vendor, right? In this purchase order, vendor one is the vendor, you can see here. So same vendor I am entering in the details button, vendor one. Okay, so what I am doing, I've entered all these fine and I say save. When I say save, some document got generated. If you display the document and go to follow on documents, you're able to see the invoice generated on the main vendor. Main vendor means from whom I am buying the from whom I'm buying the material. Okay, so this is one invoice, and still, we have the open items generated from Migo. Okay, on what? On the delivery. Okay, on the planned delivery, and also GRIR clearing is also there. See, incoming freight. What was the amount? 250. Okay, this is the one. 207,006, wherein 250 against standard, 200 against moving average material. This is pending, which this is these line items got generated from Ego. And GRIR clearing, which one? The purchase order number 70. These. Okay, so these got generated. This is WE is what? The Migo. RE is the invoice. So these line items from invoice were generated on the main vendor. Now these have to be cleared off against each other. Okay, 5,000 minus against WE, 5,000 minus against WE. That means 10,000 minus should be cleared off with 5,000 plus 5,000 plus generated against RE document type. WE means Migo, RE means invoice. So these two open items in minus sign should be cleared off with these two open items with plus sign generated from Miro. So these two generated from Migo, these two generated from Miro. So these two have to be cleared off. Fine. Now how about the incoming invoice? Incoming invoice, we did not raise even the invoice. Okay, that means my transporter did not send me any kind of invoice so far. Now which will be the invoice for these two items? Okay, I did not receive invoice for these two items. Now suppose I got the invoice from that particular vendor. Which vendor? the transporter. So again, the same mirror transaction, only make sure invoice is there here. Okay, because others also you can select. Otherwise, you can select subsequent debit also. Okay, but select this one only, invoice only. This is the second invoice on the same transaction, same purchase order. So I give the purchase order number, I give the dates, I give the purchase order one more time. Make sure you're selecting the planned delivery cost only, because for goods we have already created. So select only planned delivery cost and say enter. So only the items which are for freight will be coming. Freight means delivery only, right? So only those are coming. But these are planned delivery cost. These are only planned delivery cost. Suppose unexpected cost have also come up. Okay, suppose unexpected cost have also come up. How much is that unexpected cost? Suppose 15 USD. Okay, 15 I'm taking. Okay, so now all these have to be on whom, from whom are we getting this invoice? These planned delivery as well as unplanned delivery, I'm getting invoice from transporter. So transporter name is updated in the invoicing party. Okay, so 50, again one more, this amount, 250, 200, that means how much? 450 USD plus this 15. Okay, that means 465. Now go back here, amount, give 465 and give the invoice, some text in the invoice. So I have both unplanned as well as planned. Planned are coming from the beginning, from the purchase order. Unplanned will come only at the invoicing level, because these are unexpected. Now, how to post on this unplanned delivery? First, anyways, you will have to create the GL account. Okay, but GL account will be created based on the requirement. Now what is the requirement? I'm telling you. Go to SPRO, go to incoming invoice, the one which I've shown you just now. Incoming invoice. Under incoming invoice, go to logistics invoice verification, incoming invoice, double click here. How do you want to post that unplanned delivery? Let us see. Configure how unplanned delivery costs are posted. Click here. Now go to new entries. What is your company code? My company code is this, DOR1. Against my company code, how do I want to post unplanned delivery cost? Click here. Whether you would want to distribute among the invoice items. Distributing among the invoicing items means what? If it is a delivery invoice. Invoicing items means what? Freight on standard material, freight on the moving average material. So it will be distributed. Half of will be distributed to standard. The other half will be distributed to moving average. Otherwise, I would want to have a different GL line. Okay, usually this is selected. Usually means I do not want to distribute that unplanned delivery cost to the existing line items in the invoice. I would want to have it as a separate line item. Okay, now I select this one. Okay, see, distribute among invoice item means the goods invoice. Distribute among invoice item including planned delivery cost means when you select the same vendor. Okay, this will be happening. Now select the second GL. Different line I have to take because I've selected the second option. Second option means what? A separate line item will be coming for the unplanned delivery cost. Separate line item means obviously one separate GL account should be there. Okay, so I go to expenses and I create one GL account for unplanned delivery cost. 40022 is already there. I'm creating unplanned delivery, which is a normal GL. Okay, it is a normal GL account, expenses, unplanned delivery. Okay, you can say input tax allowed, but postings without taxes also allowed. G001 and say post automatically only. Why post automatically only? Because all the integration postings are automatic. Any automatic posting should be given post automatically only. So 40022 is the GL account. Now what I'm doing is I go to OBYC, the integration point of FI with MM. I go to OBYC and I go to where? UPF. Yeah, unplanned delivery cost, UPF. Double click here, give your chart of accounts and assign that GL account. What is this GL account? The unplanned delivery cost GL account. Okay, which we saw just now, and save it. Done. So this is the configuration. Okay, so what I did, I have mentioned the option 2, okay, wherein it is creating a different line item for unplanned, and then I go to OBYC against UPF transaction key. I have assigned the GL account for unplanned. Okay, this is the configuration. So now I have done the configuration. Now what is happening? Close this once you do the configuration and open up the invoice. So now this is the this is the entire amount for the delivery, planned delivery 450, and unplanned I have 15. So 450 plus 15, 465. I gave the same amount. Okay, and it is coming in green color. Now once it is green color, but make sure in the details the transporter is selected. Okay, whosoever you are selecting here, that person will be invoiced. Okay, now I say save. When I say save, some document got generated. If you go to display and say follow on documents, you will be able to see the invoice. Incoming freight 250, 200, the same which we saw in Migo. Transporter is credited 465. The difference of 15 is posted to unplanned delivery. Okay, fine. So these are the two invoices, one for the vendor who is supplying the goods to us, and another one is a transporter vendor. Now I go to GL line item display, I go back and say execute. Now what is happening against this incoming freight? If you see 250, 200 against WE. WE document type means what? The GR. GR is WE. So open items were generated. Even from the invoice, RE document type, other two open items got generated. So these two open items should be cleared off with these two open items. Similarly, the GRIR clearing GL accounts. Okay. WE for 5,000, 5,000 in minus sign should be cleared off with 5,000, 5,000 plus sign against RE document type. We have to do clearing. Now let me tell you. Clearing is of two types. Okay, clearing documents you can create two ways. Posting with clearing. Okay, I think, did I cover this topic?
Lavanya, I think no.
Not I guess. Posting with clearing versus account clearing. Because see, actually I have covered the transaction codes related to this. Posting with clearing in case of general ledger module. What was the transaction code? Standard clearing, partial clearing, and residual clearing we discussed in the very beginning, right? What was the transaction code we used? F-07. Account clearing, what has the transaction code we need to use? F-03. Now coming to the vendor module. Posting with clearing, how do you pay manual payments? F-53 is posting with clearing. Account clearing, how did we do account clearing? We used all these transaction codes. Okay, I will show you where we used. F-44. Posting with clearing in case of customers, F-28. Account clearing, F-32. Let me show you. F-44, vendor clearing we saw. F-53, posting with clearing. This is account clearing. This is posting with clearing. Now, for customers. F-28, payment receipt. This is posting with clearing. F-32 is account clearing. Okay. So, same case we have in case of GL, F-07 and F-03 for posting with clearing, account clearing. Okay. I told the transactions, but I did not cover in a separate topic. Okay. That's the only difference. So please try to remember the differences. Posting with clearing means what? You are making the payment. At the same time, you're doing the clearing also. But account clearing will come into picture when the payment transaction, when you make a payment, open items will be generated. So the original document, that means the invoice open items, the payment open items, these both will be cleared off with a separate clearing document. That is account clearing. Okay. Now we are going to use again automatic clearing. This is another type of clearing. Automatic.
There should be a manual and auto also.
Tell me.
There should be an auto clearing off, right?
That is what we are doing. We are
Okay.
doing automatic clearing.
Okay.
Automatic clearing we are doing in F.13. Okay. This is another kind of clearing. Okay. Automatic clearing. Now what you need to do? Go to F.13. Which company code? Give all the parameters. Now which one I would want to clear? GL accounts. 220, 221. 20 being the GRIR clearing, 21 being the transportation charges, okay? The freight, okay, incoming freight. Clearing date, which date you would want to give that date. Make a test run first, okay? So many are there, okay? Because see, I don't want to clear all those, okay? I want to clear only those, which we discussed, just now, okay? So now let me select only these documents. Otherwise, we will be confused unnecessarily. So this 5,000, okay? Wherein the document numbers are these, okay? So I will be entering the document numbers so that, system will be clearing those only, not the other. Because we have so many line items, no? So that's the reason why you can give the document numbers here. And for incoming freight, come down. This is one document number. $207,006. And one more. $20,9011. Okay. Select test run every time. Okay. Select test run. Fine. This will be cleared off. This will be cleared off. Now, if you come still down, no errors were logged. Okay, fine. No errors it seems. That means correct only, no? Fine. Now I go back. I remove test run. I remove test run. And I say execute one more time. So system is giving me a warning message. This program run is a production run. Fine, not a problem. I execute. So document 62 is posted. Now if you come down and see, no errors logged. Okay, fine. Okay, no errors it seems. So document 60, 61, 62. 3 documents got generated. Document 60 is for the second line item for the first main vendor. Okay. Document 61 for the first line item. And these are for the planned delivery cost. Now let us see. Line item display, I go back and I say execute. Now GRIR clearing green color items. Document 60, 61. Okay. So it became 0. Now one more. Incoming freight. Incoming freight. 250, 200, 250, 200. Those got cleared off with the document number 62. Done. Entire clearing is done with the help of automatic clearing. Okay. So, this I'm giving for assignment. Actually, all these transactions we have very much discussed. Okay. But I did not cover it as a separate topic. Okay. That's the only difference. So try to understand the differences. Posting with clearing and account clearing. And now we discussed another type of clearing called automatic clearing. Okay. And with the help of automatically clearing, you not only you're not only clearing just the open line items on the GL, but also the vendors and customers as well. Okay. Even the vendors and customers can also be cleared off. So next. Now next. Let us see next topic.
Lavanya,
Yeah, tell me.
just I have one doubt that in our normal Miro transaction, that vendor invoice transaction where we are registering that vendor, is there any, I think there may be some place that, but I am not seen, maybe I have a doubt that vendor invoice and then vendor invoice date. Just can you just show me that, please? Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, tell me. I'm not able to understand.
In Miro transaction vendor invoice, can you just go to that Miro transaction where we registered the last invoice?
Okay. You want me to go to the document?
No, that actual transaction screen.
Okay, MIRO screen.
Yeah, correct. Just want to see that actual vendor invoice number and date where we are capturing.
Date.
Actual vendor invoice and date, not our invoice number and date.
We can enter here, no? Under reference, you can enter.
Only in a reference, right?
Yeah, reference you can enter.
Okay.
Okay. So just give me some moment, 1 minute, everyone, before I start off the next topic. Just give me a moment. Okay. So this is about the.
Lavanya,
Yeah,
before
tell me, please.
moving into that next portion, just I want to discuss with you that related to this, whatever the flow of transaction which we discussed. So in this purchase order ME21N, that is the purchase order
Let
which
me
we.
go to ME21 and okay.
No need that. I'm just asking that whatever that purchase order we taken, it is a direct purchase order. It is not based on that purchase request, right?
What is based on what?
See, normally the purchase order, there may be a different type. One is the based on the prior transaction or direct.
Yeah,
But,
yes.
But this purchase order is a direct purchase order, right?
Direct
Okay,
one.
okay. Then after that, we moved into good receipt. Then there is a vendor invoice.
Goods receipt was against the purchase order.
Agreed. And then vendor invoice, that is against that goods receipt or
Purchase order only. Purchase order.
Only. And you said that there is one more document is creating, that is material document, that is MP03 or whatever it is.
Material document when material is involved. That means.
So you are saying that wherever it is a similar like a material receipt, right?
Yeah.
Is it a material receipt or is it something different?
Material receipt.
Okay,
material receipt only.
Okay. Understood.
Okay. So what next? Let me go to the syllabus and just show you where we are. Okay, so we have seen price differences. We saw how it got posted, GRI clearing from F.13. Pricing procedure, I will be sharing with you the material, because pricing procedure, whether it is MM or SD, we will not do at all. Okay, some new topics have been added from this batch onwards. Okay, so this is one. So I'm giving you the pricing procedure. Today I will be giving you MM pricing procedure and adding freight to pricing procedure. So just now I showed you how to add freight along with planned freight and unplanned. Stock report MB5B transaction code. See, stock report means what? How much is incoming, how much is outgoing. That is the stock report. Okay. And how much I have as on date. How much is incoming, how much is outgoing, and how much I have as on date. So this moving average, these many I received. Green color means receipt. Okay, movement type 101 is receipt only. So even the standard also, all these are the receipt. So we discussed only receipt. How about the issue? Issue means you are issuing, okay, raw material consumption. So now we are going to discuss issue, raw material consumption. MB1 is the transaction code. Now you can issue the raw material to cost center or to internal order. So mainly cost center we are issuing 201. Now what is a cost center? We have already seen in the controlling. We have seen how to create the cost centers and all. Same cost center we will be using. Okay. So now issuing means what? You are consuming the raw material. Why do you consume the raw material? And who will be consuming the raw material? Production department will be using these raw material in the production process in order to produce the finished goods. Okay. So it is called consumption. They use it and they produce. Okay, that is called consumption. MB1A is the transaction code. So on which date, you are posting this? Give the movement type 201, storage location. Which cost center you would want to post to? See, controlling area, some other controlling area is coming. So last week I told you how to set up controlling area. Okay. OKKS transaction code. Now go to MB1A. Give the dates. And give the plant all these details. Plant and storage location and say enter. Now which cost center? No, both are your objects only, controlling area company code. Now you can select the cost center. I'm selecting cost center 1. Okay, let me select cost center 1. Now which material? Both standard and moving average. So moving average, how many quantity they used up? Suppose they used up 40 number of quantity. And standard, how much they have used up? They used up another 40. Okay, and say enter. Make sure cost center is updated. If you are not updated, some tick mark you will be able to see, system will not save it. Now say save. Some document ending with 4271 is posted. This is a material document. If you go to MB03, okay, this is the material document. If you go to accounting documents, accounting document is generated as well as one controlling document. Why controlling document? Because cost center is getting posted, right? That is the reason why controlling document is also getting posted. Now let us see. I click on accounting document, consumption GL account, which is a cost element got updated. And if you go to environment, document, environment, accounting documents, controlling document is also there. Okay, posted on the cost center. Now, if you go to KSB1, what is KSB1 report, everyone? It is a cost center actual report, right? So raw material consumption. So business transaction coin. Coin means what? All the postings coming from FI. Okay. So this is the amount posted on this cost center. Okay. Now if you go back to the stock report, now let us see stocks. Till now these were all in green color. Now I go back and execute. Now red color is also coming. Red is what? Red is the consumption. That's the reason why you can see in minus. Minus means red, which means consumption. The movement type is 201. Okay. Movement type is 201. Here you can see consumption, the receipts in positive, consumption in negative, and the as on date, stock as on date. This is the one which is remaining in our stocks. Stock report we saw, and invoice reversal, MR8M. Okay, so invoice document is there, MR8M. If you do, suppose this is the invoice, okay. So give the reversal date and posting date. And say save. Document is reversed, but FI document is not at reverse. So from MR8M, The invoice which get generated from end, that only will be reversed, but not the accounting document. Accounting document we will have to separately reverse. Okay. How to reverse? We have already seen 5 types of reversals we saw, right? So whichever is applicable, that one we will have to use. So this is the end of integration of FI with MM. Okay. Any other thing, anyone? Now, before we go to the next integration of FI with SD, I would want to show you, because it is included as a separate topic now. I would want to show you how realized and unrealized gains and losses are posted in case of revaluation. Foreign currency revaluation we saw, right? Okay. And the GL tolerances, vendor and customer tolerances. So all these I will be covering today. Okay. Now let us see.
Lavanya, in costing part, that what are the other area that are we discussed all the part costing?
Not getting you.
I'm asking about the costing part.
Costing part.
Costing that
In the syllabus you can see, no? Syllabus is there for
costing or
costing.
controlling that. Can we discuss about IO internal order?
Higher?
Internal order.
No, internal order is there, very much there, no? Internal order we are discussing, budgeting on internal order, planning, posting, types of internal order, settlement.
Okay.
All these are there.
Okay.
Okay, so we shall discuss all these topics one by one. Now, I've already shared some documentation on GL. First, let us discuss GL tolerances. So I've already shared some documentation on GL tolerances. So first, let me show you that document and then we shall see the config, okay?
Sorry, Lavanya.
Tell me, I'm there.
Yeah. You said that these whatever the topics we have discussed last session and today's earlier session, those are related to that our integration with the MM integration with the FI.
FI.
Right?
Yeah.
So we have completed that MM integration with the FI part.
That's it.
Okay. What about SD? Are we discussing?
Why not? It is part of our syllabus only, no? See, what I'm telling you is, before we start off SD, some topics are there which are newly introduced from this batch onwards. That I will be covering. That is
Okay,
Okay.
got it, got it.
So this is the material I shared with you all regarding the GL tolerances. Okay, so let us see one by one. Okay. Now, in order to have GL tolerances, see why we have to have the GL tolerances. Suppose, within internal payments within the company code, if you see, suppose salary payments are there. Okay. Now, salary payments, suppose, 1,000 salary payments is outstanding. Okay. Now, next month, if I'm making the payment for salary outstanding, I will have to make that much amount only. Okay. Only then system will be creating the payment document. If even a 1 USD difference is there, system won't accept. System will be saying that the difference is large for clearing. Okay. So that means clearing won't happen if you give any different amount. But here, what if I give different amounts? System should be able to accept. Suppose, I've raised an invoice on the customer for 1,000 USD. Customer is sending the payment. What if he is sending 999 USD? Only 1 USD less, right? But I would want to accept. But if I enter the same in my system, will it accept? It won't. It will be showing saying that clearing is not possible because the amount is different. But I want my system to accept that amount. So that I'm going to show you now how we are doing in case of vendors and customers and how we are doing in case of internal payments. Okay. For that, make sure you own the employee tolerances which we create in OBA4 have been generated. Employee tolerances, if you see company code. Okay. So this is the maximum amount to be entered in a document, maximum open item, maximum cash discount. So here, how much of tolerances or payment differences you are accepting? Amount of 100 on revenue and expense side and percentile of 10%. Okay. This much I can accept. If any cash discounts are there, that also system will be accepting. So this is at user level. Okay. Permitted payment differences should be given at user level, both in amounts and percentages. Save. Next. Assign the same tolerance group to my user ID in OB57. You already know how to assign because we already did this step in the very, very beginning. The same tolerance blank. Okay. Done. Now we are doing the GL tolerances. For GL tolerances, what is the transaction code? What was that we saw? OBA0. In OBA0, we have created the GL tolerances, right? Okay, GL tolerances we created. But payment differences or tolerances, we did not give. So give some amount. In amount, debit and credit side, I will be accepting 100 USD. And on percentages side, 10 percentile. Okay. So this much payment differences I will be accepting on GL accounts. Fine. Enter. Now tolerances GL account I need to have. So let me close all other transaction codes. Tolerances gain and tolerances loss I will have to create. So let me create GL tolerance loss. Expenses. Similarly, if it is gain, select it. tolerance gain, which is income. What if I'm getting 1 USD extra from customer? System should be able to accept, right? Okay, so tolerance loss and gain I've created. Once I created all this, configuration we did. Once I create the GL accounts, go to OBXZ. Go to OBXZ. At chart of accounts level. If you want to have the same GL account for tolerance loss and gain, that way you can do just by saying save. Otherwise, on debit side, one GL account, on credit side, another GL account. That means gain one GL account, loss one GL account, separate GL accounts if I want to give. Say debit credit. Now on debit side one, credit side one more I can give. Now debit side, debiting means loss, tolerance loss, loss. Credit means income, tolerance gain. Save it, save it. Changes have been made. But you also have to make sure one more thing. We have created the what do you say? The GL tolerances with a blank name. Had I created with some name in it, I should be assigning the tolerance group, the GL tolerances group here. Because it is a blank name, I need not assign here. That's the only difference. Okay. So now create one liability. Okay, I'm creating one liability. So let me see what liability we can have.
Lavanya, if it is a same tolerance, the account, if I want to use it, then we, even though that we have to use the same transaction,
No, not getting you.
even if we want to use the same account for a tolerance.
Yeah, that way on debit side and on credit side, if you want to use the same, you can definitely.
But then accordingly, we have to do the number of setup for each and every.
No, not at all required. If it is a gain, it will go to credit side. If it is loss, it will posted on the debit side. That's it. Nothing should be done. So where is outstanding GL account? Liability, right? So yeah, outstanding expenses I am taking. So now what am I doing? Salary to outstanding expense 1000 posted on document number 63. So now if I go to GL line item display FBL 3N on 221, which is the outstanding, document number 63. It is 20001, not 21. Document number 63, this is what we posted now, is an open item. Okay. Now I'm going to make payment. Whenever I'm having money, I'm making the payment. F-07. You already have seen this transaction code earlier. Now, payment I'm doing. Cash or bank, whichever it is. Instead of 1000, if I give 999, what is happening? Let us see. I know the document number. Document number was 63. Say process open items. Amount entered is not equal to amount assigned, but still my system has to accept. Simulate. Tolerance gain is posted. Why gain? Why not loss? Instead of 1000, I'm making 999. That means I'm making less payment. Okay. Now, even cash is, see how much of tolerance you can, system is accepting till 100 USD. So not just 1 USD, you can give a difference till 100 USD. So I'm making 990. Not 999. 990 also I'm making. Okay, let us see whether it will accept or not. System should accept. Yes, it is accepting. So I make a posting. Okay, tolerance is posted. Similarly, in case of vendors and customers, for vendors and customers, what is the tolerance transaction code OBA3? Okay, so for vendors and customers, it is the same we discussed in the AP module. Okay, if you want to give some name, you can definitely give. Nobody's stopping, but it is better if you give the blank. Now here you are giving the permitted payment differences. How much of difference you can accept? If there are differences in cash also, discount also, you can give. Now 100 USD and 10% discount that I'm giving. Now you will have to assign the same in the vendor or customer master data. Tolerance group at company code level. It is blank, right? So you need not give anything. If it is not blank, then you will have to give. Now for this also one GL account you have to create, right? Okay. So now for vendors and customers, I've already shared some document with you all on the vendor and customer tolerances. This is that which I shared with you all. Okay. So now go to automatic account determination, OBXL, chart of accounts level. Now debit credit side, if you want to give a different one, you can. So debit side, credit side, save it. And now you can have a invoice posting. F-43's invoice. Some amount I'm taking. Raw material. Yeah. Okay. So how much amount is outstanding? 1000 only is outstanding. Now what if I'm making a payment, less payment, okay? Now payment F-53, we already know. Now what if I'm making payment 910 vendor, which is a document number 209010, right? Okay. No, not that one. Let me see which document it is. Not this one. 201024 is the document number. So this one, all other you can deactivate. I'm deactivating all other. But 910, the payment amount is not equal to the invoice amount. But still, tolerance. With the help of tolerance, we are able to adjust. Okay, so this is about the tolerances. Both vendor and customer tolerance gain. Okay. So now what is left? Realized and unrealized gains and losses. One of the very, very important topics in GL. So now first let us see the GL accounts. Okay, first let us create the GL accounts. First, I will be creating the realized and unrealized GL accounts. So realized loss. You already know what is the meaning between realized and unrealized. Okay, we have seen the explanation in the foreign currency revaluation. So this realized realized loss 425 and realized gain is 325. Similarly, unrealized. Okay, unrealized, I will be selecting 27. Okay, which is an expense. And same here, 327, I'll make it unrealized gain. Done. Okay. So what is a automatic account determination? OBA1 transaction code. Okay, now go to KDF. Now chart of accounts, say enter, say new entries. Now what is that I have to do here? Here, first go to GL accounts. What is your sundry creditor reconciliation account? My reconciliation account is sundry creditor 20008. Okay, so now what I have to do is GL account 20008, currency type company code currency, realized loss and gain. Now enter. What was my realized loss? 25. Okay, 25, it is 325. So this is the realized gain. Similarly, valuation loss and gain, which is unrealized. Okay. Unrealized loss, unrealized gain. Balance sheet adjustment account. Why do we need a balance sheet adjustment account? Because from here, any postings that are made cannot be posted to this one because this is a reconciliation account and a reconciliation account cannot be posted directly on it. That's the reason why we need a reconciliation GL account, which is not an open item and also which is not a reconciliation account. So I'm creating one balance sheet adjustment GL account here, which is a liability. So which is not an open item, not a reconciliation account. So 218. I save it. An entry is already existing. It seems I have actually tested. That's the reason. So if you go here, you can see. Okay. So 425, 325, which are realized. 27 series, which are unrealized. These are not required. Okay. Okay, so this is the configuration. Now I'm making a posting on the vendor. Invoice posting I'm making. Simulate. So this is the open item on the vendor. So if we go to FPL1N and see, $25. Okay, this is the foreign currency I have to enter, right? I'm extremely sorry. This is foreign currency
Yeah,
revaluation.
it's
We
supposed to
need
be a
to enter
foreign
in
currency
foreign
amount, right?
currencies
Right.
only. I forgot, sorry.
Yeah, I also thought
So,
that why we entered in a USD.
okay. So in EUR, because this is foreign currency revaluation topic, we need to enter in foreign currencies only. Okay. So I'm entering in foreign currency, but make sure for foreign currency, you're assigning your own, type in this document type, foreign currency exchange rate type, because so many other users are also using this. Okay. In your exchange, your exchange rate type has to be entered in the document type KR and also payment document KZ. In both we need to enter. Now what is our Forex table? OB08 is our Forex table which we discussed in translation topic in GL module. On 1st of Jan, my translation from EUR to USD is 5. On 31st of Jan, it is 6. Okay. So 1st of Jan 5, 31st is 6. Now let us see. So I'm entering the posting here. Simulate. So EUR, right? So it is taking 5 rate, which is from 1st of Jan. Okay, it is taking from the Forex table, and I save this transaction. If you display this 1000 EUR, display currency in USD 5000. Okay, so if you go to line item display on the vendor, now everything is coming in USD only. Now what about the document currency? Document currency amount in document currency. Save this as a layout. Okay, now document currency. This currency is document currency, so EUR. Okay, now which was the document number? 26 201026. 5000 in local currency, 1000 in document currency. Document currency is EUR. Okay, so on 1st of Jan, we entered this particular transaction, and on that day the rate is 5 between EUR to USD. So in USD the amount is 5000. Fine. Now I'm making the payment. When? On 15th of January I'm making the payment. And on 15th of January, suppose the rate is OB08. I'm making the payment before I do revaluation. See, revaluation when we are doing only in the month end. Why do we have to do revaluation? Because of the accounting standards, because I need to show the correct amount liability, I need to do revaluation on 31st. That means in the month end only I will have to do. But before month end only I'm making the payment. On 15th of Jan I'm making the payment. But on 15th of Jan, make sure you have the entry created for the exchange rate. So suppose on 15th of Jan it is 7, suppose. Okay, on 1st of Jan it was 5, and on 15th of Jan it became 7. 1st of Jan 5. 15th of Jan 7 it became. Okay. Now payment I'm making to my vendor. F-53. Foreign currency on 15th of Jan I'm making the payment in foreign currency. $1,000 was pending on 1st of Jan. Same thing I'm making the payment. But let us see. What was the document number? 201026. Okay. 201026. Same amount only I'm making the payment. Fine. Document simulate realized loss. But this is in EUR. System is taking 7, correct only on 15th of Jan. This is in EUR. That's why 0. But in my USD display currency, 2000 is coming as a difference in USD. Okay. Now I save it and I display. Okay. This is how the realized loss and gains are coming into picture. Got it? How about unrealized? Unrealized will come into picture when we do the revaluation from FAGL underscore FC underscore val, which we have already discussed in foreign currency revaluation. So, how the GL accounts are coming? Let me show you. GL accounts are coming like this. Realized are coming from here when you make the payment. Unrealized are coming from here at the time of revaluation. Okay. Any questions, anyone? Anything that you did not understand? One more topic, one small topic I will be covering now, which is related to sort key. What do you mean by this sort key? See, any sort key in the GL master data we are giving. Okay, if you go to GL master data, any GL account, sort key we are giving. All these sort keys are by default SAP given. Now, suppose I'm giving posting date here. Posting date will be updated where? In the assignment field during the posting. In the assignment field during the posting, right? So that means any sort key will be updating which field? The assignment field. Okay, whatever value you are giving, this value will be updated in the assignment field. Now I would want to create my own sort key. Transaction code is OB16. This is a cross client, it seems. New entries. What is the name of this sort key? Some name I am giving. Now, see which field I would want to give in the sort key. Suppose I would want to give reference number. That means whatever value that you are giving in the reference number will be updated where? Obviously in the assignment field. So reference field technical name is what? XBLNR. Let us see where is that. You will have to give the technical name. See, whichever you want, you can give. Okay. So XBLNR I am taking. Now length is, suppose I am taking 15. So this is for reference field. Sort key I have given. Sort key name is this one, and which will be taking reference field and which will be updating obviously the same assignment field. Make sure it is saved. Now go back to FS00. Okay, so control data. You can see, right? So now let us have one GL account. I'm taking cash GL account here. In cash GL account, I'm updating a reference number. That means while posting to this cash GL account, okay, if I give, suppose, in the reference field, if I'm giving some value, same value should be updated on the assignment field against it. So now let me enter the document. Some random GL accounts I will select on the debit side. And on the credit side, I'm selecting cash GL account on which I gave the sort key. And in the reference field, what is that I gave? In the reference field, some random text I gave. Okay. And now I save it. So now according to the sort key, whatever is there in the reference field, in the XPLNR field, should be updated in the assignment field against cash GL account. I display cash, double click assignment field, same value you are able to see. Okay. So this is about the sort key. And I would want to see the entire organization structure, EC01 structure. Which is my company code. My group of companies, my controlling area, my plan, my purchasing organization. We did not have SD, otherwise, you will be able to see the SD organization structure as well. So the entire organization structure you can see from this transaction code, EC01. And what else? Just checking if I missed any of the topics. Prepaid expenses thing, I think I've shown you. Prepaid expenses along with recurring document I've shown, right? Everyone?
I think it's prepaid insurance, that kind of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, that
right?
is what prepaid insurance.
Correct.
I've shown. Okay. Payment order.
I don't think so.
Payment order. I will be showing you how to create a payment order, because payment order will be cleared when EBS is received, but I'm not getting any EBS file to clear the payment order. Okay. Not correct EBS files I'm getting anywhere. So till payment order creation, I can show you. Real-time scenarios on APP, I think I gave some Excel sheet I will be giving. And one case study on the DME file. Okay, these two I gave. So let us see the payment order generation. So payment order generation, very small topic. So this one is also. So you already know what FBZP is by now. APP config. And from payment order, no postings will be done from F1 and execution. Okay, so that we all know. Now go to payment method in country. what is your payment method? The no, vendor payment method, let us select.
I think you ended X earlier. X for X.
Oh, okay. So here, we are not supposed to be giving the document types here. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll copy this. Let me create another one. Copying will work. If I remove this, this should be in active mode. Okay, let me create a new one then.
Lavanya,
Yeah, tell me.
payment order is for incoming, isn't it?
No, but who said payment order is incoming?
Because payment order is created when
On
the
vendor also you can create a payment order.
okay.
I never said it is incoming. Which one I can select? I'm just, checking which alphabet I can give to the payment method. Yeah, this one. I will select this one, okay? Payment order, wherein I've selected the payment order. No document types have to be given, okay? So that means when you execute F110, no accounting entry will be generated. So P is the payment order thing that we are selecting, and new entries, payment method P. All the other details are the same. Now, one invoice should be there. We already have so many invoices. But that payment method should be assigned in the master data. So go to XK02 in the master data. Payment method is P, right? Okay, P is for payment order. Now you already have so many invoices on this vendor. Select one random invoice. 201025, I will select. I'm blocking all other invoices. If you don't want to update each and every line item in the same field this way, one by one, you can do mass changes. Mass changes means updating of the same field. Okay, in thousands of transactions, line items at the same time. You can update any number of transactions that way.
What is the transaction code for that? Mass update?
Mass only, mass. Mass object type. You need to select the vendor related vendors. Okay. Transaction code is mass. So which invoice am I selecting? 201025. Okay. So payment order. Now I do F110. What is the date? 16/05 2020. Okay. Vendor. Where is 201025? Bank details are being checked. Is not a domestic bank. Okay, so domestic bank related configuration we will have to do. We did. And we execute one more time by deleting the proposal. Every time you execute a wrong proposal, you will have to delete and do it one more time. Now let me check for 201025 one more time. 25 payment system reads house banks and checks. No suitable bank. Okay. So bank was not defined, it seems. Oh, we did not do bank determination and all. House bank we did not do. So FBZP, house bank. I forgot all these, like which house bank we were selecting. Okay. H. Let us take H1. Company code, let me see for company code this one. So I'm going to my own company code. House bank, I'm selecting H. Bank accounts. Available amounts will be there. Yeah. Payment media is not generated. Go to SC38, SAP FICO program, 16.5. And the variant name. Capacity. Go to your own company code. Now it is 201025. Okay. Now payment run. Payment posting order, one generated, one completed. So if you see the payment list, this is the payment order number. Okay. Now if you go to the same line item on the vendor, payment order generated. Okay. So actually the number will be updated here. It is not getting updated here. I do not know why. The number which you saw here will be updated, should be updated here. Okay. Should be updated with that number. Okay. So this one you will be able to see with this number. So this number will be coming in the EBS file. Okay.
But Lavanya, in
Yeah, tell me.
assignment, normally it will update that short key, right?
Yeah, sort key, but if we have in standard, we can select. If it is not there, do we have that in standard? Payment order number in standard. It's not there, no?
Yeah.
It's not there. If you want, like we can select in OB16, we can create our own. But if we have here again, we can select. If it is not there, we cannot. No, it is not there. I'm checking if it is there. Not, I guess. Nowhere I can see. Okay. So, this will be updated. This field. So the number which is getting generated here from APP. So this number will be coming in the EBS file. Okay. So that is how it will be cleared. Okay. But interpretation algorithms will be used. How? If you go to OT83, in the interpretation algorithm, you have payment order 29, 29 payment order. So this we will be selecting. Okay. So that number will be identified and the posting will be made. So in this case, what will be the posting? The posting is the subledger area, subledger accounting. Okay. Because vendor will be posted from here. Okay. So this is about the posting order, payment order, sorry.
So in that payment order, system will also automatically create all the payment detail. And then what is
Parallel?
the payment details, right?
Yeah, of course it has to
Yeah.
create.
After that, what is the next step in that normal real scenario that you want to? In a live scenario, payment order, you said that it will not create it in that our IDS.
So for payment order number 52. Okay. So details are generated, no?
Okay. But you said that maybe it will not be available in IDS scenario that you said something. That's why I asked.
And what is not available? Not this one.
But in this case, payment order, that entire, that whatever the related transactions or related flow, it is coming, right? Everything? Okay.
Even in the DMA also it will show.
Yeah. You said something. That's why I asked. Nothing else.
In DMA it will show. Okay. So this is about payment order and customer line interest calculation. I think I've shown customer line interest calculation.
Yeah.
EBS also, when those topics I covered, bank charges, bank interest, search string. Yeah, that's it. Okay, that's it for now. Okay. So what we shall do is tomorrow we are starting and FI and ST integration. Okay. And the pending queries also I will be answering.
Okay.
Okay. Any questions, anyone? Fine. So this is for today. And we shall meet in the next session. Okay. Tomorrow.
Okay then. Bye. Good night.
Okay. Fine then. Thank you.